There's no forest here. There's just a bunch of trees.
Howdy, folks. Ouch. Grok the DuckFarmer here, and I'm playing a little Engineers Forest 3, and I've got a visitor. He doesn't like me very much, as you can tell. Hey, you, stop it. Stop it. Stop it. I have been working with getting things ready for the Tier 4, well, not Tier 4, the 4X and 5X ore processing. And to do that, I've got my salination plant here going gangbusters, making brine, and it's pumping from the full drum into here, the ender tank, which I've got gray, and green. So, and you're going to see I've got lots of these gray things with different colors on the inside. So let's go in and take a quick look at some of the work that I've done. One more. All right. So here's tiers 1, 2, and 3. And here is the tier 3 setup again. But what we're going to do is we're going to turn this into tier 4. And yeah, the granite there that you can see, that's the tier 4 stuff. And all this diorite stuff, that's tier 5. So to make this a little bit easier and to make this more compact, I like to make ender tanks that give me access to fluids. So in this case, this is water, and I'm using a single sink here to pump water into another gargantuan drum, because yay, why not, and into this, which is blue. That's my standard color for water, just blue. Now, over here, I've got a setup that we'll break this. I didn't want to break that. So I've got a quantum entangloporter down here. That's powering this up, and I've got an electrolytic separator up at the top. I've got all sorts of crap here from killing cows and pigs. Anyway, the electrolytic separator here that is pumping off both oxygen and hydrogen to the sides. And then over here, because that's gas, and it's a pain to store the gas, but I've got drums. I can store liquid. So I have 2 rotary condensators here, and what these guys are doing is they are condensating the gas, in this case hydrogen, into the liquid hydrogen, which then, now that it's a liquid, it can go into the drums, and being a liquid, I can send it via ender tanks. And likewise, this one over here is concentrating the oxygen side, storing it and sending it into oxygen. So over here, I've got some colors. Gray are all the Mekanism gases that I'm condensing into liquids. So white for hydrogen, red for oxygen, and then over here, chlorine. We're going to get all this grunge out of my... I thought I was prepared, and then I killed me some pigs here. I've got a chest here. I can dump stuff into it. Actually, I can't, because I'm going to be using this. All right. Let's grab all these bits. Okay, break this, because I'm going to stick this right here. Break this. These need power, and so I'm going to be using, again, another quantum entangloporter, and this is already set up to use the regular power. Are you set to eject energy? Yes. All right, perfect. Oh, and there's a little green inside this, so it's working. So I need these 2 parts here. I need the electrolytic separator, and over on this side I need another rotary condensator, and it's got the big side. That means that's the liquid coming out. All right, so over here, let's go ahead and grab this one. This is the tank for my brine, and it's using the green. And now I need some pipes. Pipes are going to go here and here, and then I need a drum. Drum's going to go right there, and we'll put this right here. And this is using a lime. The lime green is commonly used for sodium, as far as colors for atoms and whatnot for making. If you've ever seen those wire modules for diagramming atoms, they use those kind of colors. That's where I'm getting white and red and all that stuff from these. I think that's working. So let's go ahead and turn this on. Yep. This will pump in, and that will work. And so this is now making liquid chlorine. This, I need to set it up so that it will dump the actually, I don't care about sodium in the least, so it's going to dump all the sodium. It's making sodium and chloride. So salt is NaCl, it's sodium chloride, and the sodium is coming out, the chlorine is coming out, and that's going here, and that's what I need. Sodium, not at all. So it's getting dumped. So this is producing for me liquid chlorine. Now, with these three setups in place, I have all the liquids I need. So now we can come over to here. This is a tier 3 tripling process. We've got the smelter, the enrichment chamber, the crusher, and the purification chamber. And this guy needs oxygen. Now, what? Back here. I'll walk around instead of flying over. Rather than making one of these electrolytic separators and whatnot, instead I'm using the rotary condensator, and I'm piping in this case, oxygen into it, and it's got the big side here, so that's the liquid side, to the smaller side, which is gas, which to me doesn't make sense because liquids are way more concentrated than gases. It would make more sense to me that you'd have a smaller pipe on this side for liquids and a bigger pipe for gases. I didn't program the mod, so it's not the way it's working. Anyway, so liquid oxygen is coming here, where this guy is set to deconcentrating, which is a big word if you're playing Scrabble. And this tank here of oxygen gas is now pumping into here. And that I keep hitting the little elevator here. This is pushing the oxygen in, and this works very nice. And it's to me, that's tidier, having that rather than a bunch of these electrolytic separators and making sure you're purging the right stuff. And nah, I'm not that big of a fan for that. So let's go ahead and make the tier 4 stuff. And you can notice that I've got some of these are blocks that are polished granite, and some of them are not. And the polished stuff is things that I'm going to be using for, here, let's just grab all of this junk. I don't need that. Gimme, and this. Okay, the polished granite is where power is going to go. And we'll go power, and power. So there's the power laid out. And then the rest of this stuff, to get tier 4 processing to quadruple your ores, we need this, the chemical injection chamber. And the chemical injection chamber will go ahead and take the ore from up above. In fact, we'll do the intake of that later. If I've got these things configured right, they will input from the top, also from the left, and then output to the right. So it'll take stuff in from this side and push it on down the road. Anyway, this needs stuff injected in, and if we look at the recipes, if we're going to go ahead and make these quadruple shards, we need hydrogen chloride. Hydrogen chloride is hydrogen and chlorine. Well, it just so happens we can make this. Let's take this tank, all right, and drop right here, and I'm going to drop this tank right there so it's pointing into the injection chamber. And now I need a chemical infuser, and I'm going to click it there so it's pointing into this tank. Now this guy is going to take 2 different bits into the side and make a third in the middle. So to do that, see, at this point I don't need to, I can replace that with actual stone pieces here and stone pieces there for right now. All right, these are going to use tanks to push stuff in, but we also need the rotary deconcentrators. And let's see, if I go this way, that's liquid into gas. And if I fly around and look the other direction, that's liquid into gas. Perfect. Okay, so now I can take my final 2 gas tanks and point them into the centerpiece. Yep. Oh, don't tell me you disappeared. Okay. That replacement thing has caught me several times, and it's very annoying. I need one more piece of stone there. Anyway, this now will take the stuff and push it in, and I need this Actually, I don't think it really matters which direction we're going in, but I'm going to put that there and turn that on. And that should be concentrate. No, I need to deconcentrate. So deconcentrating it into a gas. And there we go. We've got the chlorine here. And then we're going to have the hydrogen over on this side. And if we right click that there too, that should be deconcentrating into this. And now we've got both hydrogen and the chlorine into here, which should be making for us some hydrogen chloride. And now we have stuff and junk that will start processing through. Did I grab... Okay, let's go ahead and grab these. We'll put that there and the chest behind it. And I don't want this to connect, so we'll right click that so it's a different color, and then we'll push that in and pull out from there. So now items that go into there will get turned into 4 clumps, which will then get purified here, crushed, enriched, and smelted, and finally we have ingots. So let's go ahead and grab for us. Go away. All right, let's go ahead and grab some ore, and I've got some iron ore. Let's grab 2. And if we dump that into here, they're into there, boom. Those go into here really, really fast, and then they're getting crushed, and then they're getting enriched, and then they're getting smelted, and we will get ourselves a total of 8 ingots from those 2 ore. It's just that easy. Well, that's because we got all the other stuff set up in place, and that's why we need the brine, because every time we're doing anything with the brine and we're turning it into chlorine, it uses a lot of brine. So there's tier 4. Pretty nice. Well, let me get a few things set up and we will tackle tier 5. 9 hours later. It took a while, but I think I have all the machines needed. Let's spin around, take up we go, and take a look. I need machines to fit all of that diorite, all of it. Now, for the very, very keen observers, I swapped these 2. So that this has a block and that has the polished diorite. Just because the polished diorite is where all the power cable is going, and I decided just for aesthetics to go ahead and keep that there. So let's go ahead and break all these bits. There. Okay, and if we come over here, I upgraded the chest. I could have gotten away with just an iron one, but I had a diamond one kicking around. So these are all the bits that are needed at this point. And that's a lot of bits. I went through and fixed a lot of these things. Uh-oh. I have 2 water tanks at the same spot. That's not good, because this is in the order in which I need it. Oh well. We will cross that bridge when we burn it. So right here, let's go ahead and put the power everywhere that the power is needed. And then ding dang dong. Oh, really? Really? Am I missing one piece? Okay, so I didn't need 13. I needed 14. Well, fine. Are these the ones? It is. All right, let's grab that last one. So, as you can tell, I have not run through this yet. This is my first take of running through there. Okay, so we got the power in place. Now, let us go ahead and do what needs to be done. The chemical injection chamber needs crystals. And for that, the next machine in the pipe is this, the chemical crystallizer. So let's go ahead. If we drop it here, this troubles me, because this has got a small side here and a big side here. That's gas. Why is the gas coming in? It doesn't make sense. However, I can configure it, and so I think it's used for maybe something else. So I'm going to drop that right there. This will take crystals. Actually, this will take a liquid and turn it into crystals, which then get processed through there. So that's the first piece there. We need the chemical washer. And the washer, yep. Here, let's break it out here so we can check real quick. Okay, that's got See, this is liquid coming here in the top, and the rest is gas. Okay. We're processing gases. This has got to be gas. Okay, so that would explain the size. That's the gas, not the liquid. Okay, so this is going to take liquid in. In fact, that's the washer, so it's going to take one of these waters. So let's do that right now. I should put it down on my bar, which would be helpful. So that goes there, and I'm going to put a washer here. And will you push out? It will. Will you take? It will. Oh, right. So I don't actually have to come in here and do this, but I like to do that anyway. Okay, so this will take water and push that into the washer, which definitely needs water because it's going to wash right there. It says washer. Okay. The next thing that the washer needs, or the next in the line, is the chemical dissolution chamber. And see, that's where we got extra water here, and I don't know why, but that's okay. Let me go ahead and grab this and that. Okay, so this is the chemical dissolution chamber. That's gas. That's water coming. Yeah, that's water coming in, and that's gas coming in. This is backwards. So if we come over here and drop it there, so gas will come in and liquid will come out. As I understand it, that's what this needs. This is, like I said, I'm guessing. Okay, now this is what actually receives the ores. So I'm going to go ahead and put the chest against that because I can't help it. Okay, and that will go in and that will come out. So this is where I can bulk do the ores. This is the input. So all these machines here are just for processing the stuff after the input. All right, so now this guy, it needs two things. One, the input from the top, and nothing again, but and it also needs a gas. This needs sulfuric acid gas to come in, and that's what kind of dissolves the stuff. So we need that and that. So let's point it this way. And because this tank is here, that's why I switched the power cable around so I'd have a solid underneath it. And this goes right there, pointing in. Okay, so this is where the sulfuric acid gas comes into the chemical dissolution chamber, which is going to take the solids and break it down into a solution. It dissolves it up. And as every good chemist knows, if you're not part of the solution, you're part of the precipitate. Which is a lame joke, but you know, there's not that many in chemistry. Okay, now this chemical infuser takes two things and combines it into a third, and this is what makes the sulfuric acid. And it makes the sulfuric acid from water and sulfur trioxide. Well, water we can do, and in fact that's where we need this, and we need a rotary deconcentrator and a tank. So this tank is going to point into this guy, and can I reach right there? So this tank is pointing into here, and then the rotary concentrator is going to go there, and here's where my water is going to go. And let's go ahead and set that to push. So this guy is now going to deconcentrate. It's going to turn the liquid water into gas, so that's water vapor, which should now start flowing into here. Water vapor done. So this is half done. Except everything else is for making the second half, the sulfur trioxide. Yeah, it gets complicated. Okay, so we need a gas tank and another chemical infuser. So this gas tank is pointing into this guy here. And let's go ahead and go right there. So that will point into there, and unfortunately it's going to look dorky, but you know, there's nothing you can do about that. This infuser is going to go boink right there, pointing into here. This is going to make the sulfur trioxide, tri-3, so sulfur with 3 oxygens on it. This one needs 2 inputs. Oxygen, which we're going to do right now, because that's the easy one to do. So tank. All right, so this oxygen is going to point into here, That's the oxygen tank. This is the rotary deconcentrator, and it goes from big gas, liquid to small gas. Still backwards. And let's go ahead and put, this is the oxygen. We'll turn that on so it's pushing it in, which should be putting oxygen into here, which should, oh no, because this is not concentrating from gas to liquid. This is going deconcentrating from liquid into gas. That's what that's doing. All right, and so this deconcentrating from liquid into gas. The gas should be going into here, which should be going into here. What happened to my... I've got liquid. Why are you not working? See, that should be pumping it into here. Oh, there it is. It just took it. This is slow. Very slow. Okay, so that is getting the gassy oxygen. Why is it so slow? I just don't... Oh, this has no updates. Upgrades. Dang it, I thought I had upgraded everything. Well, let's go ahead and make that really quick. All right. Mech upgrades. I need a energy upgrade. 8 of those. And I need a... Or that's speed upgrade, and this is the energy upgrade. Oh, out of glass. Oh, can I do this with... I have no vanilla glass. I have some stained panes, but I have... Okay, fine. Let's go ahead and make some glass really quickly in the smelter. All right, so that's making glass for me. I thought I had everything taken care of. Obviously not. Hey, you go away. And that should make the other 7 I need. There's my 8. Done. So I was completely prepared. You never saw that. Nope, didn't see that at all. So let's do energy first, and then we'll come back with the other. Okay, so this is pumping in the oxygen slowly into the chemical infuser, and the chemical infuser at this point needs sulfur dioxide. All right, well, I prefer to tank everything together rather than doing anything else. So let's go ahead and grab those next parts. Are you done upgrading? You are. All right, speed. And it's, as it should be going faster. Oh yeah, look at that go. Okay, much better. Much better. That's why I like them all upgraded. There it goes. Vroom, done. Okay, upgrades. They're a wonderful thing. Okay, so the next thing is the chemical, or the sulfur dioxide, and that's going to pump into here, so both sides go in. And this needs, the sulfur dioxide needs the chemical oxidizer, which is just, let's drop it down here. That comes out, that's liquid in and gas out, and there's no way of changing the, so we're going to go ahead and turn this around. Let's put it right here. Let's try that. So that's the gas out and the gas. Okay, so that's gotta have to be the gas. Actually, this is getting a solid in, and it's pumping out a gas. So that's the gas side here because it's the smaller. Still confusing. This is the chemical injection chamber. This takes in a gas and will, yep, all upgraded, including the gas. This will eject out to the right and input from the top. Okay, so that's configured correctly. And we'll drop that right there. So this is what's going to take gunpowder and hydrogen chloride and turn it into sulfur dust. And if we click this here to show recipes, here's the gunpowder plus hydrogen chloride will make this sulfur dust. The sulfur dust is a solid that will get dropped into here, which then will be oxygenized with the oxygen in the air to make sulfur dioxide. But that's where we need this extra oxygen to make the trioxide. enough. This, we need to go ahead and pump in stuff. So we're going to go ahead and drop that right there. We'll put this ender chest with black, because gunpowder, and we will start that funneling in the gunpowder. And at this point, it's going to do nothing because it needs the hydrogen chloride to break that down. It's a powerful acid, and we need that. So, next part. Over here, we need a gas tank and a chemical infuser and another gas tank and a rotary decondensator, and that's our hydrogen. Okay, so here we are going to pump in the hydrogen chloride, that's the gas, and that's going to go right dink there. And we're going to use this chemical infuser, doink, right there, and it's going to take 2 parts to come in. The hydrogen, which we got here, let's go on the top side. So that go up, there it is. Don't like that bug. Bug drives me crazy. This, I need to point this direction. And there's the liquid side to the gas side. Still backwards in my mind's eye, but that's okay. We'll go with that. And then this is the hydrogen, so let's crank that on. And then again, we're going from liquid to gas, so we got to decondensatrate that puppy. Are you fully upgraded? Yay, you are. Okay, cool. So the gas tank here is just ripping up really fast. Boom, that's full. Look at that go. All right, that's what having the high pump is good. I think we are so close. Yes, we are this and that and this, and let's grab some more. Okay. So over here, this is making the hydrogen chloride, which is hydrogen plus chlorine. Well, we've got to, again, gas tank that right there. Rotary decondensatrate this direction. And there's, yep. And this is the chlorine. Let's turn that on here. Flip the switch here. Oh yeah, seeing that rip forward? That goes really fast. This is, it's not updated. Okay, we will update this really quick with the fixes. You and you, just because we need lots of that hydrogen chloride, and without this being really fast, it's going to be forever slow. So let's pump the energy in first. This is making hydrogen and chlorine to make the hydrogen sulfide, which is coming over here where, yeah, hydrogen chloride, little tiny bit, and it is turning the gunpowder into the sulfur dust, which is almost instantly getting oxidized, which is then combining with this into here, and this should now start get, are you not having any gas in you yet? What are you? No, you're producing stuff. Okay, here we've got 900 sulfuric acid gas, which is going to go into here. I wonder if this needs liquid. Oh, wouldn't that be a bummer if this needs liquid? Oh, that would be bad. But we're going to go with it as needing a gas. Why are you not taking it in? Are you backwards? Do I have you backwards? I may have this backwards. Let's see. If we break this, doink, and drop this down, that's liquid side, that's gas side. Let's put it in this way, opposite to what we had. See, that doesn't make sense. That does not make sense. Okay, I'm going to go with that. Let's upgrade the speed over here. All right, so now that should crank out the chlorine way faster, and we can make a lot more of the hydrogen chloride, which means we can dissolve this thing even faster. Oh, there we go. Hydrogen chloride filled. Done. All right, and that's filling up there. Much better. This is kicking along much faster, and we need lots and lots of the gunpowder to be able to process this stuff. So slow. So very slow. Okay, I think we are ready to test and see if this works. Let's put in a an iron ore. It went in there. It's gone. It's, holy cow, it's ripping through really fast. You can see it's going through. We should get, that's done, that's done, that's done. Oh, leftovers from previous test. Okay, let's go ahead and try this last one. Oh, you still have particles like you're doing stuff. Okay, I'm going to drop you in here. Boom, done. Process, 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 process. Bang. Process. And done, 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 done. 5 ingots. That is a huge amount of work to get quintupling of your ores. Here, let's go up and take a kind of look. Look at all that stuff. That is complex. That is very complex, but it's a lot more concentrated and stacked together in my point of view, because I'm taking liquids and converting them to gases and then processing them. That just sits there and introduces 2 new pieces. You know, the ender tank, the deconcentrating to bring it into a gas, and then it's used. I could do electrolysis and make a lot of these things in sight, but that increases the size of this end piece really a huge amount. I love these things right here. Having these set up so that I've got plenty of water, plenty of my chlorine gas here, and plenty of oxygen and hydrogen here. For me, that makes this way, way easier to do, especially if you're going to be doing this in bulk. Now, this is not really speeded up in any way, in that this is the only entrance for items. So if I have a stack of stuff, this will go ahead and make a huge amount of liquid, which then needs to be washed, and then a huge amount backlogged here. I've actually duplicated this dissolution chamber, washer, and crystallizer for each of the types of ores. So these 3 would exist for just, say, iron, and I'd have another 3 for just osmium, and another 3 just for gold, etc. And then a huge amount of processing of all the sulfuric acid that I need to make this go fast. And then all the rest of these, I would make the upper grade factories so they could process faster. But I just don't have that much. I've got the chickens that are doing a great job, and so I don't need this to run, but it's kind of fun to get all that set up and organized. It just takes a while to make that happen. It just takes a bit. But it's so nice when you've got it done. You can say, I've got 5 times the ores. I think that chest way over there that says 4x ore processing, that's going to get turned into an ender chest, so it'll automatically feed into my ME system. All of the ores that would get quintupled are going to be already set up for the storage drawer. So my white entrance ender chest will work just fine for that. And we're done. We're done with the 4x and 5x mechanism ore processing. It just takes a lot to get there, and a lot of upgrades, and a lot of everything else. But it's done. It's done very nicely. This has been Grok the DuckFarmer here on the Engineer's Forest machine, doing stuff done. Getting it done. Get her done. Thanks for watching.